Hey guys, I'm sorry this is so late. It's been half edited for like a year. I could give you a million excuses, but I'm just gonna let you watch the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to upload more soon. I hope to upload more soon. Hey guys! So I recently got a job, which I was very excited about. Then I quit a week later. Don't get me wrong, it was a good job. I'm not going to tell you where it was in case I get sued or... I don't want to make anyone think badly of... I loved everything surrounding the job. I loved the people, I loved the office. The commute was a bit awkward, but I liked it. And I didn't have to get up stupid early because we started at 10:30. I was self-employed, so I worked on commission. It doesn't sound great, but I thought it was okay. You know, some days are good, some days are bad, but generally you get out what you put in. And that was why I quit, because I wasn't willing to put in anymore. And I know that makes me sound lazy and like I'm not willing to work hard. And that was kind of true for that job, because I didn't care enough to put in the work. My body could learn to be active all day, my mind could learn the sales pitch and how to deliver it, but my heart couldn't learn to love the job. And that was the thing, it was a learning job. It wasn't your regular clock in, clock out, 9 to 5 desk job. And I thought that was great. And I did learn a lot about the job and myself, even though I was there for such a short amount of time. The most important of which was that there are 3 things that I love. I know it's obvious, and I knew I loved these things, but sometimes you don't realise how much, or you don't realise kind of what it really means until... I feel like sometimes you have to learn things twice. Like, you know it in your mind, but sometimes it takes a little extra push to know it in your heart. And it sounds cheesy, and it is, and I'm really hot, so I'm going to take off my jacket. It's a sunny day, it's beautiful. I did go outside today, so yeah, so I knew that I love them, but the job just kind of provided evidence for it and helped secure it in my own mind and how I felt. That makes sense? So the first thing that I love God, and I love studying His word in the Bible. I'm sure I've mentioned I'm a Christian. I do believe in God, and I believe the Bible. And this was the first thing. It's in chronological order that I learned these things, which I think is pretty neat. Well, no, I designed it that way. Well, yeah. So I learned this on the first day of proper work. I had been in kind of training for a few days. So we'd finished the day. It went quite well. Though I was tired, I felt it had been a good day. We were heading back on the tube, and my, I guess, supervisor or mentor, I had a mentor, but kind of the head of her office, I was in the office. So he asked me what my plans were for the evening. It was Wednesday, and I realised that at that time, on a regular week, I would be in what my church calls life groups, where we meet in groups and discuss and learn from the Bible. Now, that week was actually the prayer meeting, but I had been planning to go. I would have liked to go. And that was when I realised that, sure, I'd be at church on Sunday, but at that moment I wanted to be there. Not on the tube or finishing my day's work. I wanted to be learning and growing my faith. I actually was quite excited when I started the job because, there was our second interviewee type day. I was going around shadowing my mentor, and she told me they didn't work on Sundays, and I was like, whoa! Yeah, because I thought Sunday was the only day really that I didn't work. But yeah, I realised I just wanted to be more involved, I guess, in my faith, and yeah, learning and growing. The second thing I learnt was that I love my family and friends, and I want to spend time with them. Again, this sounds obvious, and it is obvious. Of course I love my family and friends. Why wouldn't I want to spend time with them? So the job ended later than most jobs, which is why I was still on the tube in life group time, because it's normally about, do we start at 8? Oh no, we start at 8. Forgetting. Yeah, so the job ended later than most jobs, mainly because our target market was people who worked, and so came home later. We'd be out till about 8:30, 9, and the hours weren't too long, because we started later, but they were different than those of my family and friends. I didn't see a whole lot of them, and I know a lot of people don't. They don't see their friends and family every day, but at that time I really wanted to see them. Plus I still live at home. As you can see, it's been the same room since GCSEs. I'm used to having at least my family around, and I didn't like to stay up much later than them. Just by myself, kind of keeping it down so they could sleep. Plus they share a room. You'll know this is my sister's bed, and yeah, I don't want to keep her up. Yeah, so I could have got used to it probably. I mean, I don't see them all the time when I'm at home anyway. But yeah, at that time I didn't like getting in so late and they'd already eaten, and then I'd just kind of wolf down some food and not have that much time before bed. So yeah, and also I wasn't feeling hungry, which was good, but was kind of bad at the same time because I didn't know like how much food I needed to eat or anything. So like when I started eating, then I'd get hungry because my body would be like, oh, there is food, eat it. But yeah, when I was out, lunch would basically be like a quick sandwich on the go, maybe a cereal bar, and then we'd have our hours out. So there you go, that was when I realised, well, not realised, that was when it was enforced. That was when it was really
6 hours later.
enhanced. I'm just thinking of synonyms now. I got a B in English. GCSE, not A-level. Did not take English A-level. You can probably see why, but just, I do my best, okay? Okay.
Eventually.
So, the third and final thing. I'm gonna say I learnt, but you know it was reaffirmed. I reaffirmed that I love my family and friends. Third and final thing that was reaffirmed is that I love myself. And because I love myself, I'm not going to spend time doing something that I don't enjoy, that I don't value. That doesn't mean I enjoy every moment of my life, because it's life, and sometimes you have to do things that you'd rather not. But yeah, I didn't want to, how do I explain this? I'll just tell you when I reaffirmed this for myself. The last day I worked was when I realised this, i.e. a few days after I'd been employed. I was able to go to a few houses by myself to obviously learn more and improve in the job. I didn't actually explain what I did. I've just been talking like, you know, the whole time. Basically what I did was I was what's called a brand ambassador. What we do is basically we'd go around houses and pitch to them about this product and try and sell the product door to door. We weren't pushy. I really liked that about the company. They were like, if someone doesn't have enough time or they don't like the product, don't force them to take the product, because they were looking for long-term customers, and you don't get long-term customers if people don't know what they're buying or they don't want what they're buying. So anyway, that's what I did. Yeah, and I was so excited because I thought maybe I'd enjoy it more if I felt like I wasn't under supervision. I might be a bit more natural, because previously I'd been going around with my mentor and the supervisor I mentioned on the tube. I went around with him for half the first day and then my mentor the rest of the time. So I was really excited to be going by myself, because I thought maybe if I don't feel like she's watching me or like analysing me, I'll be a bit more natural and, you know, maybe enjoy the job more. I was wrong. A few houses down the line, I'd spoken to a few people who weren't interested and gone to a few houses where no one was in. And it was as I waited for no one to answer the door that I realised this is a waste of time. Not for everyone, by any means, don't get me wrong. The product was good and the people wanted it, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with the job or how they did it or anything like that. I understood why the people I worked with expected people to want it and why they were willing to work for it. I just wasn't. Also, I could barely walk by the end of the day, but that's just a sign that I need to leave the house more, to be honest. And that was why I quit, because if my job is getting in the way of any of those things, if it's getting in the way of me learning and growing my faith, if it's getting in the way of me spending time with people I love, and if it's getting in the way of my mental health, my happiness, my self-worth, it doesn't matter how much money I make. I won't be committed to the job. And if I'm not committed to the job, then there's really no point in me doing it. I mean, I look around and there's just so many things like, oh, but think of all the money you'd make doing that. Or, you know, I get like jobs with flexible holidays, long periods off, like you can take days off where you please. That's the whole point of being self-employed. You control how much you make, you control when you work, when you don't. But I'm just like, I'm making a living. I don't need to make how much it was. Sure, that's great. And I'm not gonna say no if I get that much, but it's just not that important. It just boggles my mind that people are like, you know, they're like, that's the goal. Like, money is not the goal. The job should be the goal in a weird way. Like, yeah, you need to eat and you need to get paid because you need to live, and life costs money, unfortunately. Well, life costs money is how it is. But if there's nothing else if you're not living, if you're just existing, it's kind of like you could have all the money in the world and it wouldn't matter. I mean, nothing matters, but yeah. That was what I learned from and why I quit my job. Obviously it's not everything I learned from the job, because I learned how to do the job, but that was, I guess, what I learned about myself. And I was just thinking, because it was just, I've kind of always said that I love myself. I mean, probably not when I was younger, but it is hard sometimes. And I think I was confusing loving myself for liking myself. And I don't think, I mean, for me it's not possible 100% of the time. Even with other people I love, I don't like them all the time. That's, I mean, maybe I'm a horrible person, just being mean to everyone, but I don't always like everything about someone or everything someone does. But that doesn't mean that I can't love them. And I think that was what this job kind of made me realise about myself. I was actually sitting outside the station on a bench because my mentor was lovely and let me stop an hour early because my legs felt like they were falling off. And I did start crying. But yeah, I decided that I wasn't gonna do it anymore. I just couldn't think of going in the next day. It was quite good because I wasn't on a contract. It was an agreement, so I could leave. And I just realised that I wouldn't go back to work because I love myself. And I actually said to myself, yeah, I'm not gonna put myself through this because I love myself. And you know, if it was someone else that I loved that couldn't bear to go in tomorrow but felt they needed a job, I would hate for that person to go back into work. And I love myself, so I wasn't gonna let myself go back. So I'm not gonna like everything I say, everything I do, the way I look all the time, day to day. Yeah, if I love myself, it kind of doesn't matter if I like myself or not. I will do what's best for me. And I'm really glad that I had that job, and I'm really glad that I quit, because it made me realise that I do love myself, and it's kind of made me love myself more in a weird way, because I realised that I did love myself. And I was like, oh, I do actually love myself, because for so long I've been trying to love myself, and I don't know if you ever tried to love anything that you think, well, I should love. Like, I've always been thinking, oh, I should love myself, I should love myself, like I need to take care of myself. But then I'd just be trying to like myself and didn't always work. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll just never truly love myself, because sometimes you hate it. I hated myself sometimes. But I think that was just because I was putting so much pressure on myself to love myself. And I just went completely the other way. Because any time I didn't like myself, I'd be thinking, ugh, not only do I not like you right now, but it's even harder to love you. And so when I was sitting on that bench, crying like a baby, I realised I actually do love myself. And that gave me the confidence to be like, yeah, I'm not always gonna like myself. I'm not always gonna like how I act towards other people, how I think, how I move, how I look. But I do love myself, and that means that even when I don't like myself, I will look after myself, and I will always do what's best for me, even if I don't really like it, in a weird way. So yeah, I've rambled on a lot, but I hope you're interested in what I learnt, and I hope that maybe you learned something. Don't know what, but anything you learnt, I'd love to hear about. Please leave a comment. Nice segue by me, I know. The next Wings React will be out soon. I am currently working on it. I'm sorry, my editing skills are not, they're not quite professional, but I am learning, and hopefully it will get better over time. And if it's not better, please let me know. Just comment like, your editing is absolutely awful, and I will take like a crash course or something, because I want to improve. If I'm not growing, then it's kind of like just churning out the same thing. What's really the point? Kind of thing. So that will be out soon. I'll put a link to the last one in the last 20 seconds. And I hope you have a great, whatever it is, wherever you are. I can't use love yourself anymore, because that's a BTS thing now. I'm just gonna be stealing other people's ideas. You know what? They don't have Love Yourself copyrighted, so have a great, whatever it is, wherever you are, love yourself. That doesn't work, give out good vibes. Did I just do that?